Good morning, children. How are you all? So already we started the lesson, that is air, winds and cyclones. What I explained you, what we discussed in this lesson about the properties of air, that is air occupies space. I gave example also. Air occupies space. All the empty things occupies with the air. All the empty materials occupies with the air. Already I gave example of glass. Already I gave example of a bottle. Okay. The same way, what I explained you about the air exerts pressure. Ink filler we use ink dropper. We use air exerts pressure. In day-to-day life, we use this property. Air exerts pressure. Where we use air exerts pressure? Filling of the cycle tubes, filling of the vehicle tubes, football is there, swimming ring is there, which swimming tube is there, which is filled with the air pressure only, isn't it? Many more examples are there, isn't it? Now coming to next is air expands on heating. Air expands on heating. See here, take two injection bottles. Here I will explain you. Take the injection bottle. Two injection bottle with one hole rubber stopper. With one hole rubber stopper you are using here. With one hole rubber stopper. And here in this we are using pen refill. What we are using pen refill. Remove the empty refill. Use empty refill and remove the lip of the refill. Okay. Remove the lip of the refill. Now here it is ready. What you have to do is here keep a drop of water. Keep a drop of water in this. Empty bottles you are taking, empty injection bottles you are taking, and what you are doing here, we are taking the one hole rubber stoppers. What we are fixing in that, we are fixing empty refill, okay, and remove the nip of the refill. What you are keeping at the end of this refill, we are keeping a drop of water only. Now here what is this, what I am going to explain you is air expands on heat. Rub your palm, thoroughly rub the palm till heat is produced in your palm. Rub it thoroughly for some time. Heat will be produced. Your palm becomes warm. Now what you have to do is, when the palm becomes warm, immediately take a bottle, injection bottle in your hand. You have to be careful when you are taking, so that the water drop should not fall down like that. Hold it in your hand like this. Just cover it. Should not allow the air to enter in your palms. Hold it. So this heat will be transmitted into the bottle. The heat is transmitted into the bottle. What happens? Well, what is present? Every empty space is occupies with the air. The air which is present in the bottle gets the heat, receives the heat from your palm, isn't it? And what happens? It expands. Where it moves then, this limited space is there for the air. So when the air is expanded, the volume also increases. So what happens? Where this air will move towards the refill. It moves through the refill. And what is there above this? Water drop is there, isn't it? Water drop is there. Now you see the size of the water drop. See the size of the water drop. See the size of the water drop. See, here you see the water drop, it increases in size. So, because of the air expands on heating and the air moves through the refill, and what happens? The water drops becomes little bit inflate. Now, what you have to do? Keep this bottle in the cool water. Take the water and keep this in the cool water. Again it will come back to its original size. So what you understand by this is air expands on heating. Next, coming to hot air is lighter than the cool air. Now here, hot air is lighter than cold air. Another, hot air is lighter than cold air. Hot air is lighter than the cold air. How? Now here, what you have to do is take a stick, take a wooden stick, and take two use and throw cups. Use and throw cups. Take two use and throw cups. So the open end should be in the downward. Open end should be in the downward like this. Okay. Tie these cups with the thread. Tie the cups with the thread. In the middle, tie one hanging thread. Hold it. The balance will be there. These are two in the equal balance. Now what you have to do is take a candle. Take a burning candle. Keep the burning candle in one of the cup. Under the cup. You have to be more careful when you are keeping the candle. When you are keeping the candle, you have to be more careful. Now, what happens? When you are keeping the candle, the surrounding air becomes hot. The surrounding air becomes hot. The air becomes hot. Air becomes hot. Surrounding air becomes hot. So what happens when the air becomes hot? It becomes lighter in weight. It becomes light in weight. So what happens when it becomes light in weight? This is a cool air. Yeah. So what happens? You will see the disturbance in the balance. So this will moves up. This cup will moves up and this cup will be goes up. Because the lighter air is there, or the hot air is lighter than the cool air. The hot air is lighter than the cool air. So the balance moves up. This cup moves up. So this proves that hot air is lighter than the cool air. Hot air is lighter than the cold air. Understood? Hot air is lighter than the cold air. So this air expands on heating. Hot air is lighter than the cold air. Okay, children, understood this? So this experiment. So this will be moves up. This cup will moves up because surrounding air becomes lighter by receiving the heat from the candle flame. Understood? So we will study this in next class. So now here, next coming to here, say, take a balloon, fill it with the air. Take a balloon, fill it with the air. Fill the balloon with the air and tie it with the thread. Fill the balloon and tie it with the thread. Now, what happens? The balloon expands when you blow air into the balloon, isn't it? So what happens? The pressure is formed, the air pressure is formed towards the walls of the balloon. The equal pressure is formed on the walls of the balloon. Equal pressure is formed on the walls of the balloon. The air from the balloon, now here, slowly open this. The air comes out from the balloon. Slowly the air comes out from the balloon. So here the air expands. So the inner space of the air is occupied with the inner space of the balloon is occupied with the air. See it? And the pressure is formed towards the sides of the balloon. Now remove the thread. Slowly. This will be under your control only, how the air to escape. Control this. Slowly the air will be escaped out. Slowly. So what happens? The pressure is more in the balloon compared to the outside pressure. The pressure, the air comes out with the pressure pressure outside, and it, so what happens, always the air moves from higher pressure region to lower pressure areas. Always the air moves from higher pressure region to lower pressure region. What do you understand by this is, so always the air from the balloon is in high pressure. It is in high pressure and it goes towards the low pressure area, Here the air is high pressure. The pressure of air is high in the balloon. So when you open this mouth of the balloon, the air comes out with pressure and goes to the lower pressure area and moves towards lower pressure area, isn't it? So here what you understand, always the air moves from higher pressure region to lower pressure region. Okay children, thank you, have a nice day.